Hello there, it's Amelia, and in today's video I'm going to provide an overview of Canva, show you what you can do in Canva. So much you can do: create social media graphics, you can create videos, you can use tons of templates, and I'm also going to show you some designs I've created and some editing features, and I'll also towards the end of the video I'll show you some tips, tricks, and secrets. So definitely be sure to stay till the end of the video, and if you like this video, be sure to click like. Don't forget to subscribe. So let's get started. This is the Canva dashboard, and you can get here by just typing in canva.com here. So there's a free version of Canva, and I was using the free version for years, absolutely loved it. But what I found was that even though there was a ton of graphics and templates that I could use for free, there was also a lot of graphics that I needed that I couldn't use unless I paid for them, and in the long run it was worth it for me to upgrade to the pro version. So you're going to see some tips and tricks later that you may only be able to use in the pro version. A lot of them, the free version is fine, but personally I love Canva so much and I'm very happy with the pro version, but you can definitely start by testing out the waters with the free version. So across the top here, you can get a bird's eye view of what you can create, presentations, social media graphics, video, and so forth. But what I like in this second row here is that you could see the size. So for instance, if it's a presentation or like say an Instagram post, you could see here that this is 1080 by 1080. The Instagram post is great. The templates are going to be pre-sized for you in the square size that Instagram prefers, logos, etc. And you can continue along here by clicking the right arrow, but if you scroll down, you could even see more previews of the specific templates per category. So for example, your designs, which we'll get to in a moment, are the designs that I created. So your designs would appear here. You can get to them several ways. You could also go to all your designs on the left. But if I scroll down further, you could see just some of the templates for Instagram posts. And depending on the time of the year, it's springtime now, it's around St. Patty's Day, so you're going to see graphics that pertain to particular events, the time of the year, or the seasons. You can click on this little arrow here and move along and see some other templates, some beautiful templates that you'll be able to customize easily, which I'll show you shortly. Let's scroll down and look at some other categories. Facebook posts, posters, and again, if you want to check the size before you click, again, if you go up here and check for like poster example, that's 18 by 24. And even though it's a size that you may not be printing yourself, a poster might be something that you would upload to Vistaprint or print in some other way for business. So let's return back down, and you could see various logos that you can easily customize to create your own logo. Flyers, Instagram stories, presentations. Now look at these infographics. I am like thoroughly impressed with the amount of infographics and the different designs that Canva provides. And there's all kinds of graphics that you could keep, or you could remove some. You can change the colors, you can add your own text. There's placeholder text available for you. Facebook covers. Again, stories, cards, animated social media, invitations, YouTube thumbnails. Oh my goodness. If you have a YouTube channel, then you know it's a royal pain to come up with a thumbnail every time or design your own. And with this, you can just click on one of these thumbnails and just customize it, change the picture, change the text, and voila, you have a thumbnail in a few minutes. You can use one of the templates to customize and create a virtual background for your Zoom meetings. Here's some more infographics, educational infographics. And then, if you click see all, it's going to go into that particular category and show you all the different templates. So these are the education graphics. So I'm just going to scroll down and you'll get an idea. And it just takes like a second or two to load. And by the way, I'm on my laptop right now, but I've definitely used Canva plenty of times on my iPhone. You can use it on your mobile device. It's a little small sometimes to see like all the little intricate graphics. So most of the time I prefer to use my laptop, but sometimes in the evening, if I'm sitting on the couch watching TV, I might be using Canva to create a quick Instagram graphic that I'm going to post like the next day. Okay, so let's return back. Oh, look at this, is nice. The different planets. So let's go back. I'm going to click on the Canva logo to return back to the home screen. And again, I'm going to just scroll down, use my wheel just a little bit faster. Okay, and beyond education infographics, you also have desktop wallpapers, videos, again, pre-made videos that you can click on, and there would be like a different amounts of seconds you have to check inside each video. And then you can reuse that video for your business, for commercial purposes, for YouTube. You can customize the text, etc. Okay, here's some more social media graphics, some more presentation templates. A4, the most used paper size documents here. LinkedIn banners, excellent. So if you have a LinkedIn for business, you can just, select one of these, add your picture, and voila, you have a nicer LinkedIn banner. Other presentations, create a collage. Also the YouTube channel art. Again, business cards, you can create a business card and then upload it to Vistaprint and have it printed. Beautiful brochures, flyers, postcards. Look at the amount of templates. Unbelievable. Beautiful Pinterest pins. I love Pinterest. There's always cool stuff on Pinterest to share, but you can also just go through the templates on here, customize a little bit, and you have a bunch of your own Pinterest graphics to post, on and on. So again, also there's t-shirt. You can create a design for a t-shirt and then upload that on whatever website you're printing your t-shirts on. And on and on. Instagram ads, sale, Instagram post, you're having a sale for your business item. You need a catchy graphic. Okay, so you get the idea. There are more than enough templates. Okay, so let me just go ahead and click back on home. Next, let's go ahead and create a graphic based on a template. I'll click Create a Design. And when you do that, the first thing you'll need to do is select what type of graphic. Let's go ahead and select Instagram Post. And you'll see that it will open up a second tab on your laptop if you're using your computer. Okay, and as far as naming the graphic, it will have untitled design, Instagram post, because that's the category. So the first thing you want to do is just click in here and just type the name for your graphic. And next, on the left, you have a variety of choices of templates, and then you can also add all these different elements and photos and text, etc. So let's just scroll down and give a look. And you can also search up here. So this is a branding graphic that I recently used, and I have actually something saved that I'm going to customize. So I'll show you that in a few minutes. Let's pick something simple that we can edit. Okay, how about this graphic? We'll give a look. This might be something nice for spring if you have something to sell. Okay, so now that I've selected the template, you could see it on the right, and as I hover over the different objects, you can see what is selectable. Sometimes you have to ungroup things. So for instance, if I click here, you can see that these two objects are grouped. So I'm just going to right click here and click ungroup, and this would allow me to just click on the individual objects so that it's easier to maneuver them and delete or add, etc. So let me just change this. Maybe I want to change the text here, and it's similar to any other text in any other app that you edit. Just click to type the text or select and then replace. Maybe this graphic is one that I don't like, that I want to replace. I'm going to just hit the delete button on there, and I want to add a new graphic there. So now there's a difference between photos and elements. Photos would be actual photographic pictures, and you can search, like for instance, if you wanted to just type in flowers or sale, something like that. Now, elements are pretty much illustrations, and you can also search for those as well. And this includes shapes, different stickers, and if you're looking for something static that is not moving, just go to this icon here for the filters and just click static, versus animated. And if you're only using the free Canva, then you might want to check here for free. This way you won't be tempted. Now, if you keep both of these unchecked, what you'll notice is a little crown symbol on some of the graphics or other elements, and that would mean that it's not free, and then there would be one that you'd have to purchase. So let me go ahead and click Apply Filters here. And I'm just going to search for flowers again. Okay, and perhaps I want to scroll down and just pick something like for spring. I'm just going to click here. Now, you could either click on it and then drag it, or let me just undo that with Control Z, or let's pick something else. You can also drag it like this, and that will just save you a step. Now, perhaps I like that, but I want to change it up a little bit. Grab the handles to resize, drag it with your four-headed arrow. You're going to see this vertical line here appear, which is helping you center the graphic within that particular shape. Move that down, and you can also take advantage of some of the features here: bold, italics, underline for text, depending on the font, the alignment. There's also lists and spacing and other effects. So I left this graphic here. Let me just click on it and hit delete. The springtime sale is nice, but it's a little light, so I think I want to change that to a different color. So I'm going to go ahead and click. So with that image selected here, click on text color, and then let's change that to something brighter. That looks much better. Maybe I want to change this to black, so I'm going to select all by triple clicking, or you can use Control A, and I want to change that text color to black. And this down here, definitely cannot see the text at all. This again is grouped together, so I'm going to right click and select ungroup. Remove this graphic here. Select it and press delete. You can also right click and select delete. Again, Control A to select, whoops. And if I want to select all the text inside, just make sure you click inside, select all the text here. Again, I'm just going to use Control A, And I want to increase the font size by clicking the plus sign here. That's not working. Let's try to select a number. There we go. Actually, I find it easier to just use the drop down. Let's go ahead and use 36 and drag that up. Maybe change the date. And again, this is really hard to see, so I'm going to change the text color. And this one, and for the website, it's just going to put in here 1, 2, 3 store.com. Okay, so let's select all the text, change that to a darker color, and perhaps I want to italicize it, and to do that I'm going to change to a different font. Let's pick this one here, and now I can italicize it and make it just a little bit smaller so everything will fit. Okay, it's not perfect, but it just gives you an example of how easy it is to edit and quickly create your own graphic. You could also use some of the additional features here. Add notes. You can duplicate the page. You can add a second page if you like. You can also add a page down in here. Now it's set for 51% zoom, but let's change that to 75. That might make it easier to work in. Now that I look at this, it's a little bit dark, so I'm going to select that and go with a different colored font. Let's pick this here. Alrighty, and then there's also, if you want to look at it in full screen, just takes a moment to look at it in full screen mode, and then just press escape or click here to exit full screen, return back. And now let's say you're all finished and you want to download that as a graphic that you can post on your social media. Just click up here on download. And Ping's good if you have something where you want a transparent background, but in this case, I'm just going to go with JPEG, small file size, and this is fine. Quality's at 80, perfect, and I'll click download. And then it will proceed with downloading. It will download into your downloads folder, or if you're on your mobile device, it will download into your pictures, and it's ready for you to use and post on your social media. Just click X when finished, and since this was in a second tab, I'll just go ahead and close the tab, and we'll return back to Canva. Now, I'm going to go ahead and refresh this. Now, sometimes it takes a minute or so to catch up where you see here generating, but it will eventually show up in the Your Designs row. Okay, next, let's look at a couple graphics that I've already started that I want to change up a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and go into My Designs, and I'm going to click All Your Designs. Okay, I've refreshed, and I've also went ahead and created 2 more quick graphics just using templates, because sometimes it just, like I said, it takes a minute to refresh. So now you could see that in my little design preview, this is the graphic that we just created. Okay, next let's select a graphic that I've been working on, and I'll show you how to change the color and just change it up a bit. So this is another graphic that I created using a template, and when you click on it, it'll just take a moment to open it up here in a new tab. Okay, so this is again from a template, and it's so quick and easy to just, you run out of ideas of what to post online, and this is from a template, but I want to change it up a bit. I'm not crazy about the colors, and I want to change some of the text, and want to change some of these graphics. So all I'm doing is clicking and pressing delete, And as you can see, I can't click on this particular graphic down here. So again, I'm just going to right click. So either it's grouped with something else or something's layered on top of it. So let me just see here, if I move this over, then I can get to it. So not sure what this is really doing. Sometimes there's some extra transparent layers. So again, just going to click and delete. Okay, so this orange area is actually part of the background, but let me go ahead and select background color, and I'll pick like a greenish. Great, and it looks like I can't select the bottom part, but again, you know, like experiment with the colors. You might be able to change it up. I would like to change the colors of the font and the lines here, so I'm going to go ahead and click here and select a darker green here, and I think I'm going to go with maybe black here. Let's see, that looks good. Next, let's just add a couple elements here. This time I'm going to search, and I'm going to type in, let's see, I'd like to put a few in that are related to the text. So I'm going to type in yoga, and we'll add a couple here. Let's see if I could find something that matches with like green. This will do. Make that a little smaller. Type in the word organize. Perfect. And don't know if it'll let me change the color of this graphic, but let's try it. Now this one does say Pro. So again, if you're using the free version, and you see a Pro graphic that you like, you're probably going to be able to click and be able to see how much it costs to purchase that graphic. Let me go ahead and select this graphic, make it a little smaller, and ooh, yes, it actually does let me change the colors here. So let me just change that up to green. Looks better. Perfect. And let's see, I want to add one more graphic. Again, I'm clicking Elements, search for business, and perfect. This one here. See what I mean about the Pro? You're going to be tempted and tempted over and over, and you're going to see excellent, wonderful graphics that you're going to want to use, and therefore, after I would start with the free version, and that might suffice for you. But if you're going to use it quite a bit for business, it may be worth investing in the Pro version. Okay, so we'll move on to another graphic. I forgot to mention that it automatically saves, which I absolutely love. So no more stopping and you know, saving periodically or setting it to an autosave. It automatically saves, which is excellent. Okay, and again, I had mentioned if you wanted to, you can change the name of your graphic. Let's just put call this to-do list graphic. Perfect. And if you're ready to download, you can click download, and as I mentioned, you can change from PNG to JPEG to PDF and so forth. Okay, and then if you're finished, I'll just close the download box, and I always like to make sure in this title bar that it has saved to the cloud. Providing it says all changes saved, it's safe to go ahead and click on the X here, and I already have the original window open with the rest of my designs. So I'd like to go into one more design now. I had been working on a branding graphic, and I found a couple really nice templates that I loved, and I added this like a sort of like a pinkish red color here. This is a template that I recently found, so I'd like to incorporate the color here and into this template. So let me show you how to grab the color from one graphic and apply it to another. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this graphic here. Actually, this looks like the second version, so let me click this one. Okay, and before I grab the color here to apply it to the other graphic, I want to just mention to you that, again, I typed in branding graphics, and I found this, and I wanted to convert it to a square size so that I can use it on different social media like Instagram. So you can't just automatically resize this. So I found another graphic that I was adapting, and I'm going to grab the color by first clicking on this graphic, click on the text color, and then select new color, and here's the hex code for the current color. So I'm going to Control C and copy that so that I can apply it to the other graphic. Okay, so I'm finished with this graphic, so I'm going to close this tab, and I want to go ahead and click on this graphic. Alrighty, and this here, again, this is the original template here that I found, and I really liked it, so I adapted that, added my picture, changed the text, and again, I want to change the color of the background of this graphic here, so I'm going to click here, click color, select new color, and then I'll be able to use Control V to paste the original hex code that I got from my other graphic. So I'm going to do the same to this graphic here. Just be careful, because if it's grouped together, you want to make sure that you select the proper image. So I'm going to ungroup these so that I can select that particular graphic, change the color, again select new color, and use Control V to paste in the hex code. Perfect. And I think the color is okay. Might want to change the color of this text here. So again, I'm going to select the text with Control A, go with black. Let me see how it looks in that color. I think I want to go a little darker. So Control A again, black. Not sure I like the way this is laid out, so I might change some of the spacing in a minute. Again, change the color, to black. And finally here, Control A, added a little quote there, change that to black as well. And just want to up that, increase the size just a little bit. Okay, so here I want my name to be on the same line, so let me just do this. Can't tell if there's a space in there. There isn't, so let me put one in there. And like to move this up a bit. And I think I'm just going to put course creator here. Increase the font just a little bit. Alrighty, and move this up. And then it would be ready for me to download and use on my social media. And again, to download, you just click over here on the download arrow. And, you know, it does default to ping, but again, I usually use JPEG for social media. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so I'm just going to close with the X to exit out of there. And I'm going to close this tab and return back to my designs. And now what I'd like to do is show you some of the designs that I have created and then pick out a couple to show you how I created them. So I'll scroll down. Again, a lot of these up here are all from templates. Here's a video I started creating, and you definitely can use the videos in Canva to create your own video, like for YouTube or, you know, use online. It's fine. And I'll also show you how to add music in a moment. Again, let me just scroll down. This is a social media graphic that I created for someone with a patriotic background image, and with a book mock-up graphic. I also found some subscribe buttons in Canva that I saved, and then I added those to social media, and I needed one for my YouTube channel. Okay, and looking down, I'm going to show you some graphics. Like this one I created by just selecting an apple themed background, and then I had taken a picture of this. It was just all different kinds of apples, because I have one of my children's book is apple themed, so I use that. And then let me show you this particular one. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. So for National Spaghetti Day, I have a children's book called Squishy Wishy Meatballs, so I wanted to create a promotional graphic to promote my book. So I created a graphic with a pasta background, added some text, add a picture of my book cover, and in a few minutes I had a graphic ready for social media. So let me show you how easy it is to create that graphic. I'll just click back here, create a design. I want it to be an Instagram post, a square graphic. So this time I'm not going to use a template because I just want to add my own background and picture. So I want to go to, I don't know if I used background, I think I used photos. So I think photos, and we'll put in here pasta. There's tons of pasta backgrounds. Now it has come up with my recently used pictures, which is the picture of the spaghetti that I used, but you can just search for either spaghetti or pasta. Oops. And it's going to come up with a bunch of really nice pictures that you can select from. So I'll go back to my recently used. And I'm going to just go ahead and click on this one, which happens to be a free one. And I'm pretty sure, let me just double check. Okay, what I did was I rotated it. And you can rotate by placing the cursor on this the two curved arrows. And then you can just rotate it from there. And I want to enlarge it. And now the aspect ratio is being retained, but when you're resizing photos, if you want to make sure that it's scaling it proportionally, hold the Alt key down, and as you enlarge, and that will ensure that the aspect ratio will remain intact. So just want to see, okay, I enlarged that quite a bit. Just have to be a little careful, because if you enlarge it too much, it might start getting a little blurry, or lose the resolution. So okay, that's just about perfect. And now I want to add some text, so I'm going to click text, and let's see, I think I might change it up. That looks like just a standard text, but let me go ahead and select this fancy one here. And we'll type in happy spaghetti. Oops, I forgot a T. Day. Okay, and then I just need to resize this a bit so that everything fits. Again, this is definitely grouped together, so I'm going to right click and ungroup so that I can resize this, change the color to a deeper red, and do the same for that one as well. And just move this over, and then all I have to do is just grab the image of my book, and this graphic is just about finished. So now I'm going to click Uploads and scroll down until because I have uploaded this before to find my children's book. Okay, so here it is here. Looks like I have 2 copies, so I'll just click on this first one, and that looks perfect. Okay, then I'll just resize it and put it down here. Oops, Control Z for undo. Make sure you click on the right one before you drag it. Oops. And I could rotate it if I like, just a tad. Perfect. And maybe just, like some final touches, move some stuff around, and that's it. And it's ready for me to download and use on my social media. Let's look at a couple other designs. Now, also around Christmas time, I did a sale for some of my books, and I had a countdown. I created all of these from scratch. What I did was I searched for a like a glitter gold background for this, glitter green and red, and you can also experiment with the color changes, but I know definitely these were 3 different glitter backgrounds. I searched for the number 1 and 2 in this case, and I added the element on the graphic, added text boxes, and found holiday pictures of Santa and put pictures of my books here. For this, I just found 3 different illustrations of the 3 kings and 2 doves here. And I did like another countdown I did was 5 more gratitude days till Christmas, and I did a countdown, and this was a pre-made graphic. I just changed the text. Here's another graphic that I use a lot. Let me go ahead and click on this and show you how I created it. So for this graphic, I created it from scratch. I use like a medium red for the background, and then for these stars, I actually if I click on it and just kind of move it to the side, you'll see that it was something I found that had a transparent background, which is perfect. Sort of use it as a border. I added text on top of shapes here, and then added my 3 books, rotated the 2 at the top, and I used this quite a bit to showcase my 3 books from my children's series. So I'd like to show you several tips, tricks, and some secrets in Canva. So a couple I mentioned throughout this video. I'll select this particular graphic. Okay, and this is based on a template, and it's an animation. The first thing I'd like to show you is how to rotate elements. Again, it's pretty easy. You just have to select the element, and let me go ahead and select, I'll just use this yellow here as an example. Once you select, just look for the double curved arrows, and then you can just rotate it as needed. I'll just move this up a little, rotate this, again using the double curved arrow. Ooh, now it looks like a little heart. So I'll just move this down, move the dots on top of it. Very good. Okay, and the next thing I wanted to show you was how to bend or curved text. So this text here is just upright. So what we want to do is go into Effects, and then notice that you have all these different effects that you can choose from: shadow, lift, hollow, etc. And now there's a curved one. So if I click curve, it will automatically be at a curve level here, which is at about 55. It's a little bit too curved, so I want to reduce that a bit. Okay, and when you do reduce it, you might have to play around with the font, etc. So let me say I'll leave that at about 40, and I want to maybe increase the size of this white graphic just a bit so that it will fit on top of there. Perfect. Actually, just go a little bit down there. Great. Okay. The next thing I'd like to show you is how to blur backgrounds. So for this, I'm going to create a new graphic. So I'll just click back on Home, create a design, and I'll just stick with square, but again, you can pick any type of graphic. You can blur a background, or you can also blur a graphic that's not the background, but let's go ahead and select a background. And I'll just select a picture here. Let's select the landscape. Okay, and then from here, click Adjust. And you're going to see all these different adjustments, including brightness. So you can play around with this, and this might also be helpful. Contrast, saturation, tint, and here's the blur here. So you can play around with the blur as much as you need, as well as the other effects. Next, let's say we want to add some text. The next little secret I'd like to tell you about is to add text. All you have to do is press the letter T on your keyboard, and instantly a text placeholder will appear on your graphic. And then let's just move that up and type some text. And just increase the font size there. Okay. While I'm showing you some keyboard shortcuts, my next secret is how to add a rectangle. All you have to do is tap the letter R, but unselect the text box first, and then press R, and it will instantly add a rectangle for you. In this case, it might make a nice background for the text, so let me just resize that and then place it behind the text. And remember, you can adjust and center automatically using these vertical and horizontal lines, which assist you in centering vertically and horizontally. Next, I'd like to show you how to remove the backgrounds, which normally you would need Photoshop or some other photo editor. For this next example, I'll create a new graphic. Okay, and in Photos, I'm going to select this one here. And let's say you wanted to keep the figure of the woman, but remove the background of the water and the mountains. There's a new feature in Canva, and it's pretty easy to use. It's not perfect, and it doesn't always allow you to do this. Some graphics may not have this feature. Click Effects, and then look for Background Remover. So click Background Remover, and momentarily it will do its best to remove the background. Okay, and now the background has been removed. Now, once you remove the background, you can add a new background, you can add text, or maybe you just want to download this as is and use it with a transparent background. That's another trick I want to show you. To download with a transparent background, when you click download, all you have to do is two things. Make sure it's saved as a PNG file, and make sure transparent background is selected, and then click download. Now, once you do remove the background, if you want to add your own background, just go to background, and let's just put in here sunset. And then you can add a background and move the person down or up or however you like. And there you go. Finally, I'd like to show you how to insert media, including video, audio, and music. To add music, all you need to do is click Audio, and then there's a list for you by category of different music and sounds that you can add to your graphic or your video. Let's go ahead and click play and see what this one sounds like. Okay, I'm just going to click a couple of them. Okay, so that one's perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and click on here. And what it does is it adds about 5 seconds to an existing static graphic, and then it turns it into a 5-second video. Whoops. And then it will automatically gives you this little bar up here. Now, that's the good news. The not so good news is it doesn't really let you edit or trim. You can't really add your own fade, although there is a little bit of an automatic fade out. So if you wanted to trim or do anything else to the audio, you would have to download the video and then use a different app to adjust the video. But that's all there is to adding audio or music, and you can use the existing sounds or you can upload your own. Now, to upload your own audio, you would click Uploads, and then in Upload Media, click Device, and then you would select your MP3 or any other audio that you have. And I like to use Audacity for recording voice or editing, and then you can take that to MP3 and then use it in a video. So next I'd like to review how to not only create a video but also to apply some special effects and other features. So I returned back to the home page, which you can get to by clicking on the Canva logo up here on the left. And instead of me clicking Create a Design, which does have video down here, instead, along this bar, if we click Video, you're going to see all the different video choices here. And if you hover over the description, you're going to see the size in pixels. So you want to select the video of your choice that you need. And for today's video, I'll just go ahead and click the first option here, Video. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is give a look on the left. There's a variety of templates, videos in different categories: birthday video, educational, explainer videos, real estate videos, you name it. There's also makeup and video, and so I'd like to see all the videos in the food category, so I'll click See All. And let me just go ahead and pick this particular video. Now you can see that just hovering over it, you'll be able to see a little preview of the video. So I'll click to add the video to my design, and you'll see that it has already added a thumbnail here on page 1. So as you add video clips, they'll add onto individual pages. So this video has some sample text and a little animation here. And what you're going to notice is some options at the top here that may be available depending on what you have selected on that particular page. So if I click Fade, you'll see the various options here on the left. So I'm going to click one of these, and again you could see a preview if you hover over. I'll click this Rinse feature, and then you can see the preview on the right. And then as you click on other objects, you can edit as needed. I'm just going to change this to my recipes. You can customize it as needed. And if you click on other objects like this animated arrows, you'll see that you have crop and flip available. So crop would allow me to change the size of this object with the arrows. Click Done when finished. You can also flip it, so you can flip horizontally or vertically. Let's add another clip to this video. I'll just pick a random one here, and all you have to do is just press and drag it to the little plus sign here, and it will automatically add it to another page. And you can see the thumbnail added to the bottom. And if you wanted to return to the other page, you can just click on page 1. Now I'm going to move to another video that I have started here in another tab. This one here, I found a video that had 3 pages in it already. So that was handy just to have more content, and I selected that and I had 3 pages, and then I added a 4th page and added another video. You could see that as you add video clips, you'll see the total number of seconds here, and you can play at any time, and I'll play that in a moment. I just want to add some additional special effects and point some ones out that I've already added. So to this page, if I click on the text here, I can change it as needed. I can also go to effects. I can add a text effect here. Also, if I click on the page itself, I can click on this feature here. Now I've already added a page animation breathe. Let's change that to pan and see how that looks. Again, you can click and see a preview on the right and then decide if you want to change that animation. I'm going to return back to the breathe page animation, and you can only have 1 page animation per page. And on the second page, if you click, you'll be able to see a play button, and then you can play that particular video. Click to pause, and same thing with this. I can customize the text as needed. And you're also going to see this little scissors icon for trimming. So if you click on it, you'll see this bar across the top, and then if you like, you can trim and shorten the video as needed. And then click done when you're finished. Now let's add some music to this video. To add music, on the left, I'll click audio, and then you'll see all the different songs. And I've already recently searched for instrumental soft music, so I'm going to go ahead and just search again. And to listen to any song, just click on the play button here. Okay, so I like this Spaghetti on the Island, sort of like a reggae theme. So let's go ahead and insert it, and you can do that by just clicking on it, and it'll pop up here. Or I'm going to click Control Z to undo that. You can also drag it as well. Now when you drag it, you go to another page, notice that it's on all the pages. So when you add a audio clip, it will add it to the entire video. So let's give a look and see how that video looks so far. I'm going to click the play on the upper right here. And you can click close, as you saw me do, to return back to Canva. And let's just add one more thing. On the last clip, I'd like to, let's pretend that this is going to be a video that you can, and I'll show you how to download it shortly, that you want to add to your YouTube channel. Maybe you have a cooking channel, and this would be like a promo video. You can add your own custom text. I'd like to add an animated subscribe button to this last clip, so it will play towards the end of the video. So let's go to Elements, and I'll type in subscribe. And in the filter, I'll click Animate It. Okay, and you can see that there's several animated subscribe buttons. Let's see, try this one. See how that looks. Okay, and maybe I'll flip over to this. See how that looks. Okay, I think I'll keep the first one. And you can experiment, and now that will be added to the end of the video. And if I click on that particular object, again, notice there's a crop and a flip. Okay, and then perhaps you want to reduce the size and move it down to the bottom. Perfect. Okay, let's say you're finished your video and you're ready to download it. Click Download Video, and then you can download it to an MP4. You also have the option, if you have a short, no sound video, to download it to a GIF file. So click MP4, click Download. It will prepare your video, and it's downloading now. Now, depending on the size of your video, it can be very quick or it can take a few minutes. Okay, and it's finally finished, and I would have to say that for a 30-second video, it did take a few minutes. I'm going to say maybe not 5 minutes, but it took about 3 or 4 minutes. So just be aware of that, and only download it when you're all finished. So I'm going to click here to close and return back to home. Okay, so last but not least, I wanted to mention a couple other ways to find things in Canva. They continue to update and enhance the app. So the interface is constantly improving. I want to mention that across the top, under templates, this is another way to find a template by category, and this might help you find things a little bit faster. It provides a kind of like a snapshot of all the different template categories and topics. And by actually clicking on templates, it actually goes to yet another screen where you can search and preview them. Similar way, but focusing on templates. Now in features, that's also another way to find things in a different set of categories: photos, icons, print products, and so forth. And if I click on features, that goes to yet another screen where it will assist you in designing in Canva, and there's even some training videos and graphics and more. And then if you want to learn more, you can click Learn, and there's courses and tutorials and blog articles, etc. And you can also learn about the Canva plans here as well. So here's the different plans. You have free, pro, and enterprise. I currently have the pro version, and I absolutely love it. And again, definitely start with the free and see if that might suffice for you. I needed the pro because I needed to be able to quickly find the pictures, graphics, and videos that I needed, and then you don't have to pay for them a la carte. So I'll leave a link in the video below if you're interested in trying out Canva. So that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed and found this helpful. If you did, please let me know by clicking like and leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you. And also don't forget to click subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss any new videos. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.